Hey, close your eyes for a second and picture this. It's 1965. You're 8 years old, crammed in the back of Mom's big Ford Country Squire. Fake wood panels gleaming in the summer sun. Dad's yelling, "Kids, pile in. There's room for the whole family. The dog, the cooler full of sandwiches, camping gear stacked to the roof, and still space left for your bike. No fighting over legroom, no are we there yet drama. It just worked. It was perfect. So why the heck did we kill it? That's right, the station wagon, the single greatest family hauler America ever built, didn't die of old age. We murdered it, and today we're digging up the whole wild story. Stick around because you won't believe what happened next. Let's roll the clock back to right after World War I. The automobile had just stopped being a rich man's toy. It was becoming a necessity. Cities were exploding. Trains still ruled long-distance travel, but once you stepped off the platform at the depot, now what? No ride-sharing apps. No taxis most folks could afford. Hotels needed a practical way to haul guests and their mountains of luggage from the station straight to the front door. That's exactly where the station wagon was born. Early versions were called depot hacks or hotel buses. Local coach builders took a regular car chassis, often a Ford Model T or Model A, slapped on a custom wooden body, added rows of bench seats, and boom, you had yourself a rolling people mover. Here's the crazy part. These weren't factory jobs at first. Carpenters and furniture makers were literally hammering them together in backyards. Wood was cheap, easy to work with, and looked classy. Some early ones even used scrap lumber from shipping crates. Henry Ford himself hated waste. By 1929, Ford said, "We can do this better." They rolled out the first mass-produced station wagon on the Model A chassis. 4 doors, bare bones, instantly popular. It was the beginning of something huge. Then came the Great Depression. Everything slowed down. But by the mid-1930s, Dodge, Plymouth, and especially Chevrolet jumped in with both feet. Chevy's 1935 Carryall Suburban? That one vehicle basically invented the modern SUV without anyone realizing it. It paved the way for everything that came after. Through the 1930s and into the 40s, the station wagon took shape as more than just a box on wheels. Outdoor recreation, camping, road tripping, hauling the family to the lake became a real thing. Willys came out with all-steel bodies early because folks were already sick of the upkeep on wood. The purpose shifted from hotel shuttle to family adventure machine, and America was ready. Post-war America had money in its pocket. Eisenhower's interstate highway system opened up the country. Families were exploding in the suburbs. Automakers looked at all that and thought, we've struck gold. Station wagons promised to haul everything, kids, groceries, boats, camping gear, you name it, and do it in style. They got luxurious fast. Bench seats for 9 people. Powerful V8s that could tow a trailer without breaking a sweat. And of course, the wood. Real wood paneling screamed rugged elegance. Mercury called theirs the Colony Park. What a fantastic name that still makes you want to buy one. Buick Estate Wagon, Pontiac Safari, Chrysler Town and Country. Every single American maker had one. Even some imports tried to keep up. Think Volvo Duet or the Morris Minor Traveller. But nobody did it like the Yanks. By the 1950s, they went fully mainstream. Plymouth rolled out the first all-steel wagon in 1950. No more rotting wood for the working man. Ford and Mercury switched to that famous Dynoc vinyl wood grain in 1955. It looked the part but didn't need constant varnishing. And then came the one that still makes gearheads weak in the knees, the Chevrolet Nomad. 1955 to 1957 only, 3 short years. 2-door wagon with Corvette-inspired styling, forward-sloping B-pillar, wrap-around rear glass, that low-slung roofline that made it look like it was moving even when parked. It shared doors with the Bel Air hardtop, cost more than a convertible in some years, only about $8,500 built in '55. It was a sports wagon before the term existed. Harley Earl himself loved the Motorama concept so much he pushed it into production. You won't believe this next bit. Some wagons got downright innovative. The 1956 Nash Rambler Cross Country was the first four-door hardtop station wagon in America. Pillarless sides for insane visibility. It even had a power-operated roll-down rear window years before most sedans. Nash also offered a bed-in-a-car option, fold the seats flat, and you had a rolling motel room. By the 1960s, wagons were everywhere. Full-size monsters like the Chevrolet Kingswood, Ford Country Squire, Chrysler Town and Country, seating for 9, cavernous cargo space, chrome everywhere, jet-age styling. Station wagons weren't just practical, they were a symbol of middle-class success. Suburban life demanded it. Ferry the kids, haul groceries, look sharp in the driveway. Before minivans, before SUVs, the wagon was the perfect answer. Here's where it gets really interesting and a little painful. That gorgeous real wood body, absolute maintenance nightmare. Owners had to varnish the panels every single season, sometimes 4 or 5 coats of marine spar varnish, just to keep the UV rays from destroying it. Rain? The wood swelled, joints creaked and rattled like an old ship. One bad storm and your fancy wagon looked like it survived a shipwreck. Termites? Folks joked about maple bark disease, black mold in the seams. Some restorers today still talk about finding mushrooms growing in the roof after years of neglect. By the late 1940s, people were fed up. Willys went all-steel early. Plymouth's 1950 all-steel wagon was a game-changer, but the fake wood, that became pure fashion. Surfers in California grabbed cheap used woodies in the 1960s, perfect for longboards and beach gear. Jan and Dean sang about them in Surf City. National Lampoon's Vacation turned the Wagon Queen family truckster into legend. Meanwhile, hidden curiosities kept piling up. Ford dropped the Magic Doorgate on the 1966 Country Squire, engineered by Donald Frey, the same guy who helped birth the Mustang. This brilliant two-way tailgate could swing open like a door OR, drop down like a regular tailgate. Later versions went three-way, down, side with window up or down. Press a button, the rear window rolls down electrically, and suddenly you've got the perfect picnic table or easy cargo access for 4x8 sheets of plywood. Families went wild. It was pure genius on paper. Two-door wagons? Another oddball twist. Short-lived, mostly 1949-1957 Fords and a few others. Surfers loved them because they looked cooler. But try loading the family with car seats and groceries through those suicide-style rear doors. Not ideal. Still, they're collector gold today. And get this. Some wagons had rear-facing jump seats in the cargo area so the kids could wave at traffic behind you. Power roll-down rear windows, sliding roofs on the wild Studebaker Wagonaire. These were the quirky one-year-only wonders and forgotten engineering flexes that made wagons so addictive. The 1970s hit like a freight train. Oil crisis in '73 sent gas prices through the roof. Those big V8 wagons became gas-guzzling dinosaurs overnight. 5-mile-per-hour bumpers added ugly weight and ruined the sleek lines. Government safety and emissions rules made everything heavier, slower, and more expensive to build. Then came 1984. Chrysler dropped the Dodge Caravan and Plymouth Voyager. Minivans offered the same space, but with sliding doors, better fuel economy, front-wheel drive, and no soccer mum stigma yet. Families switched overnight. The 1990s delivered the knockout punch, the SUV. Ford Explorer, Jeep Cherokee, everything marketed as rugged and adventurous. Higher seating position, off-road capability most owners never used. Station wagons suddenly looked dated, suburban, boring. Even though a wagon on a true car platform handled better, got better mileage, and was safer in a crash. Real families in the 60s and 70s loved them. Road trips without drama, groceries for a week plus the Little League team in one load. But by the 80s, the wood grain started feeling old-fashioned. Minivan mums said the wagon made them look like they'd settled. SUV drivers felt taller, safer, cooler, even if most never left pavement. Owners of classic woodies today, they'll tell you the romance was worth the sanding, varnishing, and occasional rot repair, but only if you really love it. One restorer I read about drove his '46 Ford Woodie cross-country in torrential rain for days. Varnish held, but he still laughs about the creaks. The rest of America voted with their wallets. Byron Olson nailed it in his book Station Wagons. He argues SUVs and minivans didn't really kill the wagon, they evolved from it. Most modern crossovers are just lifted station wagon bodies on taller suspension. Subaru's Outback started life as a lifted legacy wagon in the mid-1990s to fight SUVs without the truck penalty. Europe still loves proper estates, BMW Touring, Mercedes wagons, Audi Avance, narrow streets, better fuel economy, superior handling. Here in America, they're niche now. A few soft roaders like the Subaru Outback or Audi Allroad keep the flame alive. Enthusiasts restore surviving woodies. Every once in a while you see a clean Country Squire and think, man, that thing was perfect. The station wagon never really died. It just got taller, heavier, and lost its soul in the process. We didn't lose the station wagon because it was bad. We lost it because marketing convinced us we needed something bigger, taller, and tougher, even when we didn't. The goal never changed: haul a bunch of people and a bunch of stuff safely and comfortably. The wagon nailed it for decades. So here's the question for you, the viewer who still gets it. What's the strangest car feature you've ever come across? Was it a Magic Doorgate that actually worked? A rotting Woodie you restored yourself? Or something even weirder from the golden age of Detroit? Drop it in the comments below. If you love these deep dives into forgotten automotive history, the one-year-only wonders, the engineering disasters, the what-were-they-thinking moments, hit that like button, subscribe and ring the bell. Drive safe, and maybe keep an eye out for a clean wagon on Craigslist. You never know, you might just bring one back from the dead.